Hey there, Aileen here at Lane Image Consulting. How are you today? It's an absolutely miserable day here in Mujan. The rain is pelting down, but luckily I got my walk in this morning. If you're joining me live here, say hello, just say hi. I am streaming through StreamYard, so you can give StreamYard the option to show your name if you're comfortable with that, and just comment here. How is your new year going? We're just on day 2 of New Year. And so far it's kind of been wet and cold here. So we've been lighting fires and just taking it really easy, doing lots of reading. So today I'm going to talk about a book actually that I read over the holidays. And I think a lot of personal stylists in here will be interested in this, especially if they study color and in particular color personality. Because as part of my basic color training, which is my color analysis made simple, I do some color personality training in there, and it's a lot of fun and most consultants love it. And how I teach it is so that you use it so you can better communicate with your clients. It's not about putting clients in boxes or anything like that. It's about getting more information so that you can communicate with them better. And that's really what personality testing is. It's to learn more about yourself and to learn more about communicating better with other people. So I've actually always been hugely interested in personality testing from when I first heard about it. So I first came across it actually in my corporate job, or in my food manufacturing job way back in early 2000. So one guy came into the company one day. He was a trainer and he did some personality training, and it was called DOPE. And it was based on 4 different birds. And I've actually written them down here because I still remember it really well. It was still really interesting. And I just really enjoyed it. It kind of got me hooked on the whole personality thing. So it was called at the time, actually, I think I heard about it from my husband first, because this guy was kind of doing the rounds of the companies in Singapore. And he was coming into all the big corporations and he was doing this training with them. And the idea is that, you would be better, at working in teams, and you would learn more about yourself and more about your teammates. I'm not sure if that was the outcome, but it was definitely a lot of fun, and it definitely hooked me. And I've talked a lot about it since. But the 4 different birds, anyway, were the dove, the owl, the peacock, and the eagle. And I can remember at the time, I was categorized in the eagle category. But when I look at it now, I think there's a good element of peacock in there as well now. So there's like a combination of eagle and peacock. So the dove is like the steady, conscientious kind of type. The owl is the compliant type. The peacock was the influence, think, dominant and decisive. Actually, I have more words to describe each of those here, so I'm just going to talk about those. So the dove is the peaceful, friendly, emotional, less assertive type. The owl is the logical, wise, cold, reserved type. The peacock was the flamboyant, positive, confident, emotional type. And the eagle was the bold, highly assertive, decisive, and somewhat insensitive type. So if I can remember correctly, I was mostly eagle with some element maybe of peacock. I would say the element of peacock has probably exaggerated a little bit since then. So when I look at my own color personality quiz and testing that I teach my consultants to do in my Color Analysis Made Simple program, the dove would tie in with the green personality type. The owl would tie in with the blue personality type, the peacock with the yellow, and the eagle with the red. Now, you're probably wondering, how did I get on to talking to that today? And it's because I saw my husband reading this book, Surrounded by Idiots. And of course, I saw all the colors in the front. And I was like, what's that about? It looks really interesting. And indeed, it is very, very interesting. It's called Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Erikson. And it basically is about the 4 different personality types. And it's pretty comprehensive. So I've just read it over the holidays and I really loved it. Now, my only criticism is that there is no quiz in it. So you're basically determining your personality type based on kind of the 4 dominant types and the traits of the 4 dominant types. But there is so much information in there. You know, you have voices from real people, you have, let me see what else it covers in here. So it talks about red behavior, yellow behavior, green behavior, blue behavior, and how to identify the different types. It also talks about real life examples. It talks about who gets along and why it works. So the different combinations in relationships and in work situations. It talks about stress factors and energy thieves. So it's actually, it's really a good read, and I highly recommend it for anyone who's interested in personality typing. You know, originally I did the DOPE testing way back when. I ended up doing Myers-Briggs. I did some training on the Enneagram, so that's the 9 personality types. And yeah, it's just a really fun, simple read, and it does actually help a lot. So for instance, I'm a yellow red and my husband is like kind of a red blue, and it does make a difference, you know, to know, you know, what motivates the other person, you know, how to communicate with them, why they are communicating with you in a particular way. And there's just so much to be learned. So if you haven't seen this book already and you want to find out more about, you know, color personality, I highly recommend it. So if you're watching this video on replay, pop a message below and say replay. If you have read this book and you have an opinion on it, I would love to hear your opinion. So that's all for me today. Book recommendation, Surrounded by Idiots, Thomas Erikson, and I look forward to all the better communication that you will have. Take care. Bye.